under Sanita, we do a lot of training programs. We do the training programs for as beginners ones, for the investors also, for the wealth advisors also, for the bankers also. And typically our whole programs are focused around financial planning. So that is our main product which we train on, and we train on the products or like mutual fund distributions also, which is meant for the financial distributors as such. So let me take you through. Yeah, and the other way around, I have an experience of more than 15 years where I've been trained more than 5,000 bankers in this particular field. And today I think I'll be able to take you to the right path. So to cut the things short, as we understand, when we go to many sessions where we see a lot of stats, lot of informations, but as a women, we understand we are not good at reading the maps, nor we are good at understanding the graphs and all. But cutting down everything short, I would like to say, okay, not too much of statistics, not too much of figures, not too much of getting inside the history. But in one nutshell, we can say that the mutual fund industry is galloping in our country. There's a huge opportunities coming up, not only in the terms of the investors who are looking forward to invest. Thanks for the campaigns like the mutual fund Sahi Hai. With that, there's a lot of things happening. All the regulators are coming together. So many platforms are coming together. So many mutual fund houses are coming, which is definitely showing that, yes, this is a golden opportunities where not only for the investors, but yes, for another community, which is called as the advisor, which is going up very fast. So definitely most of the investors, they seek the professional help. So we can understand while the investors are also growing, at the same time, there's a demand for the growth of the advisors also. So this is the way we are seeing the evolutions of the mutual fund for the last 10, 15 years. It has been going very strong, and we see a huge potential in terms of making a career. Now, coming to the fact that while we understand why the mutual fund industry, we know that the mutual fund industry is those fund houses who collect the money from the investors, like you and me. We all do not have the time from our professional work. What we do, we give our money to a very professional person, somebody like a fund managers who are more qualified, who are more intelligent, and who are more systematic, who have a complete knowledge of the stock markets. He or she is assisted by a team of analysts, team of brokers and everything. So on behalf of us, he will take the right decisions to invest. So we don't have the tensions to get inside the stock markets, seeing where to invest, where not to invest. Today, this share is good, yeah, that share is good. We need not put our brains over there. So for the performance which is doing, we give him a certain fees, which comes as up to 1% to 2%, which he charges as his commission, and he does the work for us. So it is so beautiful, so we need not rush into the things. We need not wonder which stock, which not to buy, And we have one more important data we want to see. Everyone's salary, it has increased probably the last 10, 15 years. If you see, it has galloped by 4 to 7 times it has grown. And at the same period, if you see the salaries, when they're growing at 4 to 7 times, the Sensex or the Nifty markets, which are the barometers of the stock market, if you see, it has grown almost 13 times. So what a vast difference it is, So because of these reasons, we have made almost, we felt the necessary that when we have to grow our money, not only when the growth of the money comes by upskilling our job, by upskilling ourselves, by making more money through the promotions or the positions and everything, at the same time, there's a necessity that we have to invest this money into the mutual funds and the stock markets, which will beat the inflation. The most important thing why we need to invest here, we know we have to beat the inflation. So we are switching our directions to the mutual fund houses. Mutual fund houses, trust me, they are very highly regulated by the SEBI, that is the Securities Exchange Board of India, and we get a diversified portfolio. What do we mean by diversified portfolio? It means that if I have say 1 lakh of rupees, I can max buy only 10 to 15 different stocks. But if I try to buy it by my own, but if I go through the fund manager, he will choose the best stocks for me, and he will do it for me, and he'll give it to me in the format of small units. At the same time, there is a lot of tax benefits because of many changes which is coming up. The government is encouraging for the mutual fund investors, so we have very good tax benefits also, especially schemes like ELSS, which is called as the equity linked saving schemes. These are tax saving plans where we are encouraged to invest for 3 years to 5 years, And in which case, what happens when we invest for 3 to 5 years, the amount grows to sustainable levels. It gives you a decent returns. Historically, it has shown that 12 to 15% return. When you pick the good fund houses, you optimally get it, which is definitely much better than the FDs or much better than any other real estate investments and all those things. Cutting short to all the things, we have reached to one particular point where we have understood the mutual fund sahi hai. As the nation is going lot and loud about this statement, at the same time, even it has ingrained in our mind कि mutual fund sahi hai. When we know that mutual fund sahi hai, the next question comes, kaun sa sahi hai? So which one is the sahi hai? The which one is the sahi hai is the one which is need for the investor also to understand. And if I'm choosing an advisor who is acting as a bridge between me and the fund house, he should be able to tell me, ki, okay, this is the right fund for you. So that is the reasons where a growing fraternity of people is coming up in the format of advisors. And to top of that, to become as a women advisors, it is all the more a better opportunities. And as women, with my experience, what I've seen, most of the women, we hesitate about understanding the finances and we try to avoid it. Or maybe we are doing the small calculations in the back of our mind, or we straight away deny taking the decisions. But honestly, finance is not finance in its own way. There are different classifications. Like if you see in today's audiences, we have chartered accountants, while they are specialized people who do the audits and the taxations and the corporate affairs, they take care of it. There is another class of people who are into the accounting systems. Like that, finance is not always about which stock and what stock kind of a thing. If we try to break it down, it is very, very super simple. It is just understanding plus, minus, multiplication and divisions. It is as simple as what a fifth standard or an eighth standard kid knows. It's the same thing. What we learned in fifth standard, we have eventually over a period of time, we have forgotten. Maybe what we have learned the mathematics in the format of when the cost of a book is say 10 rupees, it has grown up to 15 rupees. If I sell it 15 rupees, what is my profit? That is the way we were taught. But as we went forward, as we went into deeper studies, we have become MBAs and everything. At that point of time, we lost the base of it. Now, if we get back to the roots and understand the simple mathematics of minus, plus, multiplication, divisions, the wealth creation journey is very smooth, very nice. So wealth creation is not only for yourself, it is for the people around you, for your family, and for your friends or investors or clients. There is a beautiful saying which I resonated very well. It means you help yourself when you help others. You create wealth for yourself when you create wealth for others. So it works in tandem. So this is the best business where you are adding value to the other person. You're adding wealth to the other person. In the process, when you're creating a wealth for the other persons, you're creating wealth for yourself. There's no other business which happens like that. All the businesses is that you buy something and you sell something. Or else it can be you're giving a service or you're teaching something. This is the only business where you get a lot of happiness, lot of pain, you can say, lot of satisfaction when you see when others' wealth is growing just because they listen to your advice. Now, here comes the important point where we are trying to unlock the power of the women wealth creators. So we are now definitely in the best phase of our lives. We are in that country where we are the third economy as such. We are the most booming country in the world as on date. And we are in the best phase where we are called as the Amrit Kal. When we say our country is in Amrit Kal, it is in all sense. In all positive sense, we are in the best phase. So any opportunity you pick it up, it is always there for you. So typically, let us understand how we earn money. We earn money broadly into three classifications, what we do. The first one, we say it is as active money. In the active money, what we do, we work for the money. When we say we work for the money, we are either working as in the format of a job, or we are doing some consultancy, or we are doing some business. And there is another category which comes as a passive money. Passive money is something what we say that the money is working for me. In this case, what has happened? I'm working for the money. I'm going to the office to bring money home and to feed my family. In this case, what happens? I'm making wise investments, and because of the wise investments, I'm getting a passive money in the format of returns, in the format of interest, in the format of dividends, or in the format of capital depreciation. So that is the amount which we call it as a passive money. So historically, it has been shown that the passive money, it goes compounding. So when you keep the money invested continuously for a longer period of time, it actually beats the inflation. And where all we invest? We invest mostly into financial investments like mutual funds, stock markets, and everything. Or else we can invest in the real estate, or we invest in gold market or other international platforms also. Now, there is a third category, which we call it as the progressive money. What is this progressive money? This is where we work together for making the money. So while this was a very individualistic approach, this is where it's a working in a harmony. We are working in an economy where we are helping out each others. So where this money comes, when you build up a startup, when you make up a startup, what is happening? You're building that particular company with the support of other people. The other people's maybe somebody coming with capital for you, somebody coming as a branding ambassador for you, or somebody doing a marketing campaigning for you. So, or somebody offering you their technology skills to you. So in the process, you're building up your startup. Similarly, there are other businesses where there's a low cost of investment. The cost of investment is only your time in sales. Like, for example, the networking businesses where you network with all similar business profiles and silently you make money out of it because of the power of network. And there is a third category which we believe very strongly is the financial distribution system where you selling the product. Selling is a wrong word which we use it because selling appears very tough. Because to sell a financial asset is a very difficult thing because you're selling something which is not seen as on date. You're saying invest 1 lakh rupees today. After 5 years, it will become 1,63,000. Is it a believable proposition? It may not be believable. But those who have been through, those who have already invested, they know that. So when you're trying to convince somebody for a product which is not there physically, it's no doubt it is difficult. But when you're convinced or when you're sure about it because you have seen the past experiences or you have seen the others prospering by way of this method, it is easy to tell the people. So the fine line between selling and advising. So we are shifting from selling to advising. When you actually advise, it makes a worth. So that is the reason where we are unlocking the power of women, where we are shifting to the women to become a very sensitive advisors. As women, we are very friendly, we are very naive, we are very considerate. We are very creative persons as such, and we will not intentionally do harm. The percentage of women doing harm to others is very less compared to the men. And we have the patience of understanding to the other person. So finance investing is not totally about the financial investments. It is something to do with the emotional decisions also. Like, for example, if you want to buy a house, you know inside your mind that buying the house is not a right decision, but still you have an emotional value. You want all the family to stay together and you want to buy. Or you want to buy a car. You know that commuting by a car is difficult, it is costly, it makes no sense, but still you want to buy because it gives you ownership. So considering all those things, we try to say investment is not just about the financial product. So let us understand how this investment landscape works. Or the whole intention of every person in our mind, at the back of the heart or the mind, everywhere, and towards all the women who have come onto this platform today, what is our ultimate goal? Our ultimate goal is we want to be profitable. We want the money to work and to make more money. So for us, money is the energy which gives us a lot of things to happen, a lot of satisfaction gives, and a lot of things we can buy or achieve them. It is very simple or very lame to say that money can't buy happiness, but deep inside our heart, we all know that money buys happiness because it gives us the comforts of our life. So the best way of investments, what we try to say, you can take the help of a professionals and people take the support of the professionals and who will give you a very unbiased decisions. He or she will tell you whether this product is right or wrong, understanding your capability, understanding your financial background, understanding your job profile, all those things, she will give the right advice. So sometimes you need a friend, a financial friend, who helps you in taking the right decisions and is totally unbiased. He is not giving an idea with the intention that he wants you to make mistake. So that is one step. The other thing is that you can do it on your own. Too many of us think that yes, lot of knowledge is available in the format of Googles, in the format of YouTube's, lot of influencer contents and everything. So we have a tendency of thinking that we can make our own investment decisions. No doubt. If you have a primary level of knowledge, if you hear those kind of informations, you can level up your next level of knowledge and you can do your investments. But if your base level is not there, if you're not having the basic foundation of the knowledge, it will be all adding more noise to you and it will scare you more, or it will instill fear inside you and you will not be able to take the right decisions. So the next step, what I personally believe that why should we gain this knowledge? Always we should not think that, oh, this is not my cup of tea. Finance is not meant for me. No, it's the other way around. Finance is a must for everyone. And how much time it takes? Not much of a time. If you just dedicate yourself for 21 days to learn a process, it is done. Like people like you and me, when we learn yoga or when we go to gym, initially we find it very tough. But once we do it rhythmically for 21 days to 45 days, don't we all fall into that picture of doing it on our own? So it's a similar dedication is expected to learn from the about the finances and also learn it from the right persons that way. So gaining the knowledge helps us in two ways. It's like a double-edged sword kind of a thing. It's not always about the right investments. Comparing thousands of financial instruments and then select one that is suitable to you. That is what is our primary intentions. But I believe one more point is not always you're gaining the knowledge about knowing where not to invest. That is a skill set by itself. Sometimes what happens when we don't understand the nitty-gritties of the scheme, and just by wishy-washy kind of talks of the advisor or the person convincing you, we are not able to deep dive understand what he is telling is right or not. And sometimes what we do, just by trust, oh, he's my uncle or he's my cousin or he's my friend, just based on that, we take the decisions. But if I have a deeper knowledge and I understand whether he's giving me the right or not, it gives me the best thing. So sometimes it is very important that we should not put our foot in the wrong investment. Wrong investment is more damaging than not having a right investment. So we have to be very careful about it. Just to be understanding how careful we are there. At the same time, being careful doesn't mean that totally avoiding. It's a fine line. It is a line as a learning where the intentions of putting your money in the right place and with a guided approach. So that is the pathway of success for yourself. So typically how people invest in mutual funds, if you understand, the two modes. One is called as a regular plan. In the regular plan, what happens? We take the services of a professional or a distributor. And if you make up your mind that you want to be a distributor, then maybe people will take your services and then you help them in building the network and you help them in taking the investment deals. And the second one is the direct plans. In the case of the direct plans, what happens? People go to the various platforms directly and they invest on their own. So those people who are already skillful, they do not take the support of the professionals. They go directly and invest their money as such. Now, let us see what is happening in the actual scenario, the right picture which I'm trying to give. It's not the glossy pictures which are shown on the screens, which are showing in the formats of emotional ads and everything. No, let us come to the reality of how the people are investing in mutual funds. Many people are young and most of them are tech savvy. Generations, what they do, they prefer to invest on their own. They come with a thought process that we know everything. Maybe occasionally watching few videos or following few influencers, they feel that they have the entire knowledge. So, but actually what is happening, they'll be having a very improper knowledge. Because why they're having improper knowledge? Because they're not able to do the proper risk profiling. What I mean by risk profiling, it means understanding the person's risk-taking capacity. If I, as a person, it depends upon my background of wealth, the amount of risk I can take by putting the money. So what I'm going to say, if I invest 1 lakh rupees, how much risk I can do it? If I lose this absolutely 1 lakh rupees, will it make too much of damage to my lifestyle? If it is no, that means I have the capacity. If 1 lakh is the only amount which I'm having, and if I'm going to put it in the wrong investment, then it will be a suicidal decisions. Similarly, they don't have any goal-based investments. When we say goal-based investment means we try to predict, okay, after 5 years, I want to do the wedding for my daughter. So for that amount, I require 50 lakhs rupees. So today, how much should I invest and where all I should invest? So that is called as a goal-based. But honestly, these days, the youngsters, the Gen Next and the millennial people, they are totally immune to that. They are having so much of money, so much of salary packages coming up. So they may be getting deviated from the actual path of the financial plan framework. And also they do not know which is improper and which is not suitable investments for them. Sometimes they pick up some schemes, maybe some small cap schemes, which looks very attractive. In the last year, it has given 70% return. And immediate decisions they take it. Okay, some scheme which is giving 70% return, so let me put on that. But at the same time, we do not say how much risk it is there. Because of all this scenario, you can be a solution to this, and you can encourage the people to invest through the regular plan and where you give them a proper financial plan. A proper financial plan means it includes not just investing, it includes other aspects of life in the terms of the life insurance planning, your health insurance planning, your tax plannings, your home buying, how much loan you should take, how much of the credit cards you should have. So entirely when you do all the bits and bits together in one format, that is called as a financial planning. Financial planning is not just planning for one product, it is planning of all the products together and overall seeing a future goals and trying to take the actions as on date. Goals are futuristic, but the action is as on date. So that is what is the path of financial plan. Now, how to become a mutual fund distributor? That is a big question. Many people do not know this, or maybe only few persons who are doing it for the last 10, 15 years, they are the ones doing it. And maybe many people do not like to be labeled as being a distributor. They may feel, oh, this word is not good and I don't want to be called like that. It doesn't matter as such. Mutual fund distributor is a name which is given by the regulator. So that is a label which is given by the regulator. It is not something you and me have chosen. But as an MFD, as a mutual fund distributor, your earnings grows in 3 ways. Let us understand how it grows. First, when you acquire new clients, when you bring new clients, and your AUM. AUM means asset under management. That means the number of the clients who are giving you the money, who are seeking your advice, when they build it. Say, if people like me, we are giving 1 lakh to you, like if 100 of us give to you to manage or to help us in the investing, that means you have 1 crore of AUM with you. So whenever the new clients join your board, you'll be increasing your earnings. At the same time, suppose I'm the existing client, what I will do, the next year, instead of 1 lakh rupees, I'll put another 5 lakhs rupees because I've seen that you are giving me the right advice. So when I understand that you're giving me the right inputs, you're understanding me correctly, and you're giving me the right pathway, I will keep increasing my investment. So the second step, what happens? The existing clients only, they will add more investments and your AUM grows. And the third one, that is the most important one, which is the beauty of this particular profession, where when the market appreciation happens, market appreciation means the 1 lakh rupees which I've invested today, say after 5 years, it has become 1,60,000 rupees. So when it is appreciating, that means all the clients, the wealth is growing. When the wealth is growing, your AUM is also growing. That means the asset under management is also growing. When that is keep growing, you get a small fraction of a commission, which is called as a trial commission, and which is happening without your interference as such, without your efforts. So the efforts which you have put in the beginning in acquiring the clients, slowly and steadily, it is building a wealth around you. So that is what we are trying to say. The wealth is building around you at the same time while you're building the wealth for your clients. So for this, what you have to do, as we understood, we are all encouraging that all the clients should stay invested for a long time. You have to give them a very valued services. And the most important thing, what we try to understand, resonate, trial commission is a word which we don't like it because it has to be treated like a royalty. What I mean by royalty, it means that something which is coming very gracefully to you. It's not the format of a commission. Commission is a word which I feel it is for the product selling, where you get a commission for selling the product as well. But this is something which is beautifully growing over a period of time, because you're staying invested in your business and you're helping your clients also to stay in business. So this builds over a period of time, and you're building emotional connect with the clients. It's not always about the right investments or the wrong investments. It is always the emotions with which you connect with your clients, because when the clients go, their life events also keep changing. They may be newly young couple who are just married. They may be having a baby coming up, and then the baby goes to the college. Then the baby will get married, and eventually they get retired. So there are many life events which is happening up, and you are traveling the journey along with the client, and you are suggesting them the products as they travels their life journey. You need to educate them on the financial markets. So when you need to educate them on the financial markets, even you have to be slightly educated about it. You explain them the risk and the reward. When everything is on the bull market, everyone becomes smart kind of a thing. Everyone thinks that I don't need any advice. It's only in the bear market, when the markets fall or the market crashes, the patience to hold in that and not to come out of it, not to redeem their investment. That is what is required for you to educate your clients. You need to understand the needs of your clients, and you need to understand their goals and the risk profile, and always periodically analyze the investments which they have invested, and regularly observe how it is happening. If any investments are not performing, you should be smart enough to remove those investments and put into fresh investments. How to become a mutual fund distributor? I hope if any one of you have decided to become a mutual fund distributor, now this is the pathway. You have to clear one small exam, which is called as NISM 5A exam. This is the exam which all the distributors have to give, and this is a regulatory compliant exam, so that after you clear this exam, you'll be eligible to get a license to run the mutual fund business. After clearing this exam, then you go to AMFI. AMFI is the Association of Mutual Funds of India, and they will give you one ARN number. It is like a driving license. So this number permits you to run your MF business. So usually this takes around 21 days of preparations. If you're not from the background of finance, if you're from the background of finance, maybe you will take a lesser time. It's always wise to have your own licenses, because it's a regulatory mandate. And even if you don't want to do this business, there's another beauty of it. And even if you don't want to do the distributor business, having you passing this exam, it actually inculcates all the important facts of mutual funds at one go. Because when we keep attending a lot of workshops, a lot of seminars and everything, in tits and bits, when we keep knowing the informations, it does not give us the instinct to invest. So we are always lost kind of a thing. So even if you're not becoming a distributor, you can be an investor. You can teach your family around them. That itself is a protection of the wealth which you're doing it. And after you get your ARN numbers, you will be going and getting yourself empaneled with all the AMC houses. AMC means asset management companies like ICICI, HDFC, SBI, and like that. We have n number of mutual fund houses. You go and empanel with them. Once you get yourself empaneled, you have the right to distribute their products. So to do this one, you need to have certain operating tools. So most of the distributors, they either build their own platforms, like something like Grow also is the mutual fund distributor only, but we know them as a Grow. That's a company, we know that. But behind the scenes, they are also mutual fund distributor also. They build their own platform, or you can take the services of some existing IT platforms. And after you build your thing, which is the operational efficiency has to be perfect, because if that is not there at the background, that operationals and taking care of the clients and everything, you will be in a mess of a business. So nowadays, they have become very efficient. The cost of operating tools have become very normal and very low. And then once the tools are set, you're ready to take off. So this is the business where there's a very low cost, no infra cost, no staff cost, nothing like that. So while it is advantageous it may sound advantageous, but I personally feel that if you don't have an infra cost, or it's a zero investment business, then what happens? Your intent to stay inside the business will be lost. If something you try for a month or 2 months, if it doesn't work, you come out of it, because you haven't lost anything as such. So while it is an advantageous for any early starters, at the same time, to keep yourself a sustained interest, it doesn't have it. For example, if you set up a boutique and you spend, say, 25 lakhs rupees in setting the boutique, you will have the energies to carry it forward because there's a responsibility that you have invested 25 lakhs rupees. Unlike that, this business has no cost as such. It's only your knowledge, your time invested in learning the things and teaching the people. Reaching out to the clients, nowadays we have very beautiful digital tools as such by which you can reach your clients. You can reach through your own personal network, or you can reach through social media also. Okay, these are some of the online tools which are meant for businesses. They are just only 5 or 6 which I have highlighted. There are many more assets. So as we understand the level of intention you have, the level of seriousness you want to take forward this business, we can tell you other tools as well. So these are something very prominent ones that most of the senior mutual fund distributors can use it. So I thank you all for sparing out your time and attention. And I really wish I added certain value to these sessions, and I must have taken you forward towards becoming a MF distributors, or alternatively to gain the knowledge of mutual funds. Either two ways, it is always right for you. So stay tuned, stay happy, learn finances. That is the best investment for all the investors as on date.